Shinkity shink, shink my shink. Hey everybody. I'm in town, I've got a few things I need to do. Everything's about to get nuts after this weekend because I get into my new studio space, which I'm going to have to do basically a lot of decorating, building and stuff, which I've gone into great detail in a post on my Patreon and alluded to on here. On YouTube, frankly, I'm just going to let you learn as we go, because there'll be some update videos along the way. There may be a bit of quietness for a few extra days. Wait, where did I need to go? Oh yeah, I need to go here. What? He didn't go into Tesco's? Blasphemy! Blasphemy! Blast for you, blast for me, blast for everybody in the room. I am going there later, don't worry. Yeah, 2023 is an interesting year. You know, there's not a lot of hopefulness for 2023. You know, you've not heard many people say 2023 is my year. This is the year I'm going to be, because they've been beaten down by the past 2 or 3 years, and I've been beaten down by it too. But in the face of adversity, I always find strength, and in that strength I find belligerence, and I'm going to make 2023 a bloody amazing year. I also now, as I say, have a new space to be able to create more things and do more things that may appeal more widely and will just be more interesting and cool for my generalised audience and help growing and building an audience and such. You could say I have a spring in my step. God, I haven't been here for ages. That was... Oh no, the butcher's is there. This is... Oh no, I think that was... I don't know. Every time I get to walk up to this bike like this and go, wait, I have the key for it. This is mine. You never lose that with a bike. Keep that bike forever. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so I say for 2023 I'm going to make some more videos, and I'm also going to be a little less afraid to share my opinions. Not in like some political, like what is actually opinion-based stuff, but sometimes I talk about factual stuff, and I'll hold back from how confident I will talk about something, even though I'm completely confident in my knowledge of it. I like to leave an element of doubt and keep out of some things, just because you know, you don't want to not rock the boat, but you just get some people who are a little misinformed and get very riled up. And in this world nowadays, if you disagree with someone in one single way, well then they're basically dead to you and you couldn't possibly have anything to do with them. You know, the people I enjoy speaking to the most are the people I disagree with often. Not on fundamental moralistic stuff, but more like, you know, opinion-based stuff, because if it wasn't for that, we'd all think the same, we'd all have the same opinion, and we would never progress and we would never learn. And if I don't truly share my opinions, when they are based in facts, to the best of my understanding, with the caveat, which is that, and you should know this with me, you know, if I believe something to be true, and you can give me a factual correction, and I mean factual, not because I said so, I mean I can find it corresponding in books and it's repeatable and it is just the truth, then I change my opinion, because I don't want to be wrong. I'm always in a game of trying to correct myself. But equally, I feel like at times I'm holding back on my knowledge and my confidence in those answers, because I'm a little concerned it might annoy some people, and I just don't know why I'm doing that. As I say, I'm not talking about suddenly turning to some a-hole and saying things that are completely just out of order. I'm just talking about fact-based stuff. Opinion is... everyone's got one. This weekend is going to be my last quiet weekend before the unleashing of hell, building out the new studio space and making those videos while not actually having a... Why is that on fire? Oh, there's someone vaping there. I thought that was on fire then. Yeah, give me a minute with that. I'm trying to remember where I was. I think the point I just wanted to make was that I'm going to be more confident in sharing my knowledge and actually have some belief in the things that I've learned for many, many years and can check that I'm correct on. Moving on up, moving up. Ah, that was close. That's enough. The thing I'm most excited about all this, though, is the fact that Reno's going to get to not have her office in our bedroom and have her own office space with a door that she can close on at the end of the day. That is such a big thing. It's one of the things I can say now, having, you know, done normal working for companies work and working from home right next to your bed and having your own little office space. It makes such a difference. Unless you have no other option, never ever do your work in the same room that you sleep. I swear to God. It is so bad for you. One of the things I'm going to be building in this new studio space is a new editing desk with a permanent filming setup. Idea being, I'm going to have one of my old digital SLRs running directly into OBS with my Rode 2 mic, so I can just sit down and click one button and it just records, set up in the same place. Because as I've said before, there's some subjects, I'm not stopping doing bike content. This is just, it's so much easier to make extra content in the days like over the winter where it's just been wind, rain, freezing cold temperatures backwards and forwards, especially down here. I mean, this day today is the second sunny day I've known in a long while. It's just so much easier to make watchable content from home in a nice atmosphere. And there's a lot of the subjects, there's just no sense to talk about it while on a bike. It's just distracting from what is maybe already a complicated subject. Yeah, it's still pretty windy. Oh! Should we go down the flooded road? I am on the DR after all. Oh god, it's actually a lot more flooded than I realised. I mean, I'm still going to do it, but oh god, I hope no one comes around and splashes me. Are we clear? We're clear. Audi driver. Will they have sense? They will. Blessed is thee. And the pieces of body trim and stuff that have been ripped off cars. Oh, that's quite funny. God, the blind. So yes, unlike many, I have good hopes for 2023 because I'm going to do something different. And I was having a discussion with Jake the other night. You know, it's like kind of things are getting tough. I'm not going to go and talk into all of that. I kind of talked about that in my Patreon post, which really only I think people who support this channel would be massively interested in. But whatever. I was talking to Jake about this, and I was like, do you know, I kind of actually like these times where I feel like I'm up against it, where I feel like I've got to do something. I've got to make changes to make something work. I need to freshen things up. I need to put, you know, I need to give it my all, even though they're deeply stressful situations. Deeply. I kind of relish the challenge. Maybe that's why I don't like taking the easy route when it's to gaining an audience. You know, full on clickbait and just stuff that I know is going to get attention, even though it's actually like quite vacuous in content, or even poor advice. You know, it's very difficult to be seen as the cool guy when you're trying to be the realistic guy. But I'm not trying to be any guy, I'm just being me. So, you know, it's tricky when people set you goalposts or milestones to be something you're not. It's interesting when that comes up and it's just like, yeah, rather not. And I have to say, with all the recent scams and scams and different scams of scams on scammers, I'm quite glad that I've always held very much back from being too commercialised, sucking on a company's ball bag, taking easy money, etc., going with the people who turn out to be scams, then, you know, all of that sort of stuff. I am so glad I've kept myself out of all of that. But it really does slow your growth down, believe it or not. Not taking ads and stuff can bring back the growth, because the money that comes with that allows you to do more and more things, that allows you to then grow the audience, that gets you more ads, that gets you paid more money, until the point that you need the money so badly that you'll make an entire video with the founder of with the founder of a company that appears to be a complete scam, and do nothing to check if it's a scam, in the idea of saying that it wasn't a scam. I'm just going to say HDS. If you know what I'm talking about, yeah, amazingly shady and shitty. I said sheety, YouTube. Yeah, this is something else actually. The whole thing you may have seen quite recently, a lot of people have lost their mind about the fact that you can't swear on YouTube in the first 15 seconds anymore. You can't say this, you can't, right. When I found out YouTube started saying, we don't like swearing, I consciously decided to just stop doing it. Because the thing is, I knew when they start a rule, it starts here, and then they push it and push it and push it and push it until there's no swearing at all. So most of my back catalogue from the past quite a few years now, probably since about 2016, is all good. Before that, might have some issues. But yeah, I made the smart decision to just not try and push the edge. And trust me stopping swearing was difficult. I have no idea which lane you're going in that one. Well, thank you for, you know, wobbling from side to side and then indicating at the last minute. That was super helpful of you. I'm so glad of that. Get the newspaper, get the news. No! I was gonna get it. One of my patrons, Mephisto, mentioned the fact that with all these storms and stuff that I've been experiencing, maybe that means it's time for a trip to the beach, if anything's there. And of course he's correct. There is nothing there. I actually did go and look earlier on to see if anything had washed up, and the beaches are literally clean. It's nothing but stones. Not a single scrap of weed or nothing like that. It's just stones. There is nothing of interest. Oops. It's the wind, you see, it catches the front. Okay, so patrons, the next video you'll see from me will likely be actually doing stuff to the new space, or at least like at the beginning of the explaining. I'm going to be doing some patron exclusives on my Patreon as I'm building the studio out and asking people's opinions and tips and ideas and things. However, I will be making some videos which make it to YouTube, which are about the process and some of the ideas we come up with. So if you're on YouTube, the next video is probably me sorting out, like the first part of us sorting out this studio space. Maybe you'll get one of the small updates, I'm not sure. But there's going to be a little bit of extra stuff on Patreon, just daily stuff, because I don't think it's that relevant to this channel is on a whole, but it will be interesting to the people that are interested. What the hell? Honestly, if you've watched me for a while, if you know me, I believe the content that I'm going to make in the future, on top of the bike stuff, is going to be really good and interesting, and definitely along the lines of what I've always done, but just a little bit more nice looking, I hope, and a bit more relaxed. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, smack the like button. Massive thanks to my Patreon supporters, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye. Shh.